You might be wondering, how did I end up having this under my table? And the explanation is pretty easy. I had been traveling with my PC. I've been away for a month and I took this with me, and I got back a couple of days ago, 10 days ago. And yeah, I just plugged everything in because I wanted to be able to work and play. It used to be much more tidy, but it wasn't perfect. I wanted to improve on my cable management anyway. These are hanging, they were supposed to be fixed all the way here. I used to have labels on each of these, but they fell off because I made them by hand. Oh, there's one. So this is basically duct tape with a piece of paper in it. I've been thinking whether I need these tags at all, and I realized that I do because things malfunction and sometimes I just need to replug them. And because I have so many USB ports being occupied, I rarely know which one to take out, except for the keyboard because it's double cable. So this is what I'm working with today. So I have a bag of ties and some Velcro. So hopefully this will be enough. And these are my PC spares. I will mount my SSD drives for now, so then later I can get rid of them. And these are the sleeves for the cables. I'm gonna be using the white side out because everything's white there. Well, kinda. So the trick with this table is that this is a table, a standing desk pretty much. So I will have to raise my table in order to lay the cables so then they don't get squeezed. Let's do this. So the desk is standing now, and we have more workspace. I can actually sit under the table, which is great. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna unplug everything and get to work. These are the zip ties you are probably familiar with. They come in different shapes and sizes. I would only recommend to use them when you absolutely need. I use them at the bottom of the table to fix the rack itself. And you only want to use these when you know for absolutely sure that you want me to take out the cable, because these are gonna be a pain to take off. I haven't used much of it at all. So as you can see, I have a holder on this rack that is missing on this one. So I used 3 zip ties to keep it together so it doesn't move. It really helped. They're very handy when you need to reach to hard to get places. But other than that, I would recommend using Velcro for this. Now, Velcro is the thing that's gonna make your life so much easier because you can cut them. You can cut this roll anywhere. There are pre-made Velcro strips as well. Something like this. So I've been using these for a while and I don't like them too much because if you need to wrap just a few cables, it's getting very thick because it's quite long. And with this one, you can really cut and choose any length you want, so you can regulate how thick it's gonna be. And I also used a lot of old cable ties. I never throw these away. There are also temporary zip ties. This one is good, but not for these purposes. I feel like this one is great to fix something for like 5 minutes and then take it off, because it gets quite loose and it can fall out from here as well, so it doesn't get really tight. And this is the last bit that really helped me. These are cable holders. You can buy them in a pack. What they did, they really helped me to navigate the cables. They come with 3M tape. I will show you how I use them. So here I have 2 USB sockets. And so I use these to help myself with more charging cables, because apparently I need 8. Oh, I need 8 in total. So anytime I didn't use them, I just pull them back. Label making done. Here's how the labels look like. Basically 3D letters on plastic. Although I'm not a fan of using anything plastic, these are gonna be really durable. Okay, so here's what my problem is. These extension leads cannot be mounted on 3M tape. I can't show you the shape, but basically, if you look at them from the side, that would be like a leg, a dip, and then a leg. And the space here and here on these sides is not enough to hold the whole thing. So I came up with this ridiculous but working solution. Basically, as you can see, I run these Velcro ties through the table, so they're basically hanging like a fruit. And to create the tension so they don't fall over, I squeezed in bits of Velcro here and there. That one holds pretty well without Velcro. But yeah, this one needed a bit of help. And I think I'm done with it. So like, there's a good chance this one will fall out. If that's the case, I'll just attach more Velcro. Or maybe like add 3M strips. But yeah, 3M strips lasted me for what, 3 days before everything fell off, and those were the strongest ones I could find. So this is the current version. I'm gonna try run the cables, split them into parts. So one's gonna be here, the other one's gonna be here. They will be leading to 2 sockets, and then I'll figure out what to do with this pile. It's been, I think, 4 hours at least, and I'm so flippin' tired. When I'll be editing the video, I'll say precisely how much time it took. I feel like I've had enough for the day, but I gotta keep going, so let's push through this, and hopefully everything will work out. So this is the final result. I will be doing some tweaks tomorrow, but it's mostly done. It's not as neat for 100 reasons as planned, but as you can tell the difference, like, it looks so much better, even this bit. So what I've done here, so we have a couple of sleeves, and I should mention things to avoid. So once you cut holes in sleeves, measure them very carefully, because this one wasn't calculated into, like, the strap behind is kind of black and it wasn't taken into the account. So once you twist it the right way, it doesn't match here, so it's whether you have a dark line or it's completely twisted here. So this is the back of the PC, and as you can see, it's quite messy. So I might spend some time trying to tie them together. And if you have enough time and patience, you could tie these cables in this way, just not here, over there. It's what I've done for the right part. All the ones here are tied on top, which is much better than at the bottom, because it makes it easier to manage. However, I haven't done it for this part, so we have this mess. And this is the top part, so I think I want to fix this a bit, because it stands out so badly because of this part. That's what happens when you move countries. You need to use lots of adapters. And on the back side, there's been some work done as well. My Philips hub is basically taped. So tomorrow I have some 3M tape arriving, so it's gonna be properly fixed to the table, so it's not gonna move at all. These are the network cables that go to the hub and router, and then my PC, the yellow thing is network, and this is my gamer's cable. So what I think is going to be a massive improvement, and I'd love to do this in the future, is basically cutting the network cables, because they are very easy to cut and the tips are easy to replace. So I can get rid of this one, and also this one. Sadly, I can't run a plastic white bit on top of the cables here because the desk moves. I really hope this is gonna give you a rough idea what cable management is like. And I think the biggest revelation to me was whenever I watched any cable management guides is that people don't shy away from hiding the ugly parts because they're not visible, you shouldn't care about them. Although I love all-in-one approach and for it to be neat on every level, I don't think that I'm capable of spending 16 hours doing the cables. So I've spent a couple of hours today and we'll do a bit more tomorrow. 3M stickers are in. That means that I can mount my hub at last. Okay, the tape is on and now I just put it there carefully. Okay, it's mounted now, and the best part about it is I can easily reach this button now, because before, if I needed to connect a new light, the hub would be in this basket and it was a complete nightmare to try to reach the button. Okay, so here's the final result. I think I will stop here, and this is what everything looks like. So the only problem here is this tiny monstrosity of cables on demand. I'm using Lightning and micro USB. I haven't decided whether I want to go for Type-C here as well. So these are not set in stone yet, so this is why they're kind of loose. And yeah, but the rest of it, I'm pretty happy with it. Before you do anything, just think of how you're going to be using every single item. So how far do you need to pull everything? How far anything goes? How much does it move? Does it have to be fixed? So this one, for example, can be completely stationary. This one I never touch, really. I only speak to it, and maybe once in 100 years I use a button. So I made sure that my keyboard comes out far, because when I play games, it's positioned more like this. So since this is a realistic guide on what cable management is, there's gonna be this loose cable for my headphones, because there's no way I'm gonna be wrapping it around. And also I'm using a Velcro here because sometimes, this is a 3-meter cable, so sometimes I just go around the room wearing headphones because the room is so small. But yeah, since yesterday I've added this sleeve. It looks alright. I might add another sleeve there, but I will need to trim it. Other than that, I'm very happy how it turned out, because it's so much better what it used to be, as you can see. I feel like cable management is a process where you make tweaks as you go, because sometimes you'll notice that things don't work out for you, and it's fine. Just go for a tiny tweak. It's okay to make loads of mistakes, and this is what I wanted to make this video about. If you make a mistake, it's fine, just fix it later. That's what cable management is about, and it's kind of hard to predict everything. It's a good rule to try to accommodate to everything, but get prepared that things will not go right from the first try. This is my, I think, 3rd try managing cables, so don't really expect to get it perfect from the first try. I'm pretty sure there's still a lot that can be done over here. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I would be glad to answer them. And if you see anything that can be improved, just let me know. Hopefully next month I'll do my PC cable management. Maybe not, we shall see. But anyway, thank you so much for staying with me for this small journey, and I'll see you guys in the next videos. Bye now.